Hey yo, how's it going everyone? Entropy here today with another video. We're finally here at the first set of the Legion era, set 18, Legion of Dragons and Blades. So I guess without further ado, let's seek mate. So for this video, we have 3 parts. Gonna try something new. First part is the overview of the events, so whether that's the skins or the clan events, we're gonna talk about those. Second part is gonna be the key cards. Just focusing on trying to explain the main image of each clan from the set and some key cards you should look out for. And then for the third part, it's going to be some tournament results from this era, this set, as well as, you know, a set or two into the future. Since we do have that hindsight, I think it could be valuable really briefly to go over them and see how the decks fare moving into the future sets. So I guess without further ado, let's begin. First of all, with set 18, we have a new keyword, Legion. Here we're combining the power of the leader and mate, that is the power of Legion. What are the conditions of that? Well, here's the condition. If it is the first player's 4th turn or more, or the second player's 3rd turn or more. If this unit was never in Legion this game, return 4 cards from your drop zone to your deck and Legion with the specified card from your deck. So that's important to know. With the power of the leader and the mate, you can have 20k plus attack on your Vanguard circle, and it's going to be pretty big. Next, another important distinction is that some starters from now onwards will have a new keyword, Resist. Not necessarily new, but I guess it's new for starters. Resist basically says that this card cannot be selected by the card effects of your opponent's card. So know that this is not all starters, so there are still some starters that don't have the skill, but it's still really important to recognize, especially if you're playing a clan like Kagro with retire capabilities. Alright, so here's the monthly calendar for the month of May for JP. As you can see, there are quite a few events to cover, so let's just keep going. First of all, to celebrate the beginning of the Legion era, log in for 20 packs. Now, Global usually gets the 5 plus 10 packs on day 1 and day 2. Probably a long shot. I don't think Global has ever gotten 20 packs. JP has been getting this for like quite a while now, so we're 5 packs down, but still, I think it is what it is. Next, let's talk about the set 18 banner. There's a lot to talk about. This is, again, Legion of Dragons and Blades. It includes, from left to right, Angel Feathers, Nova Grapplers, Narukami, Royal Paladin, Genesis, and Great Nature. 3 main points to cover. First point is that only the Legion leader will appear in the gacha. So if you get the Legion leader, you will get the corresponding Legion mate in your gift box, present box. If you get the SP version, you will get the SP version of the mate as well. All excess copies will be converted to materials. And most importantly, please do not miss this point, this does not work for crafting. You will have to craft the leader and the mate separately. So, in other words, you can argue that crafting got nerfed. Besides that, point 2 is that each pull in set 18 gacha nets you 1 Dragons and Blades medal and 1 Vanguard medal. So you get 2 different types of medals, and you'll see why the Vanguard medals are quite valuable later on. 50 of the Dragon and Blades medal will exchange you for a set 18 triple rare guaranteed gacha ticket, and 10 will exchange you for a normal set 18 gacha ticket. Personally, you know that pulling the leader will give you the mate, and you know, crafting 2 triple rares just for a Legion pair it's kind of rough. So that triple rare guarantee ticket, quite nice. Don't know if Global is gonna get it, but JP did get them. Third point, there are various new cards from the set 18 that can be used as boost cards for the Imaginary Tower event. We will cover what it is, so stay tuned for that. Next up, for the birthday banner, I mentioned this in the last set overview. Birthday gachas have been a thing for quite a while now. They cover primarily the character fight characters. Made this mistake by mentioning this early last set overview instead of Kote, but now that it's 1 month later, this should be right. It's going to be August next month, so be on the lookout for the Leon Aquaforce banner, and as usual, it's capped at 10 rolls, and it's gem only, so beware of that. Next, you know this event technically isn't running in August, but this is related. So currently for Global, as of the recording of this video, we are working towards getting the IG stamp. The exchange is for Blaster Blade Seeker, which comes out for set 18, so you'll be exchanging the IG stamp for the Blaster Blade Seeker when set 18 comes around. This is similar to the Alfred exchange we had with the Takuto stamp, so don't forget, remember to use it. Yeah. We also have a Legion campaign, so reach the target number of Legions and everyone gets a free Thing Saver Dragon. It's really similar to the fight targets and all that we've had in the Bermuda event, in the Glendios event, in the Liberation event and whatnot, so it's quite nice. Again, this is the big one, the Imaginary Tower OverDress event. How does this work? You beat the AI to progress and get medals, you exchange the medals from the tower to get rewards, and yeah, you can get OverDress units, which is pretty crazy. While the cost will be different, you can also get the SP versions of these units. And again, as we mentioned just now, set 18 cards will boost the amount of points and whatnot that you can get from the event, so be sure to make the best use out of that. It's a really cool event. It's a team event, so be sure to get yourself sorted in an active team. These units, these OverDress units from Dragon Empire, they did come back for exchange for the set 20 tower event, so the second tower event, but at 2 times the cost, so make sure you don't miss this one so you can focus on getting the Storkea stuff for the second tower event. So for the card list, I did mention it and I did explain it and I analyzed it in this video, so go check that out for more details. Next event, this is going to be the clan event for the month, Tachi x Nubatama, running in the second half of the month. This is the best clan event experience so far. Might not be the best cards, but the most friendly for sure. Moving forward, clan events are no longer via the gacha, which makes completing them much less RNG but much more costly overall. You know, for this set, we have 2 different clans. They don't have a lot of cards, but it means that only one triple rare per clan. And if you pull the leader, you pull the mate. It's just amazing. And it's a shame we don't see this anymore down the line. But, you know, gotta, again, appreciate what we have. For the rank rewards, Season 34 will start us off with Seeker of the Sanctuary. It includes sleeves for Blaster Blade Seeker and Seeker Thing Saver Dragon, with the Legend 10, 20, 30, 50 reward being the exclusive alt art for Blaster Blade Seeker. And for the second half of the month, we have Silver White Guardian Dragon for Season 35. It includes sleeves for Brawler Big Bang Knuckle Dragon and Brawler Big Bang Slash Dragon, and the Legend 10, 20, 30, 50 reward going to be Seeker Thing Saver Dragon. So if you grind rank, you will get one of the meta decks from this set. Of course, you will need to wait till the end of the month because you need both triple rares, but still really nice to have. Blaster Blade can be used for multiple legions, and Thing Saver is just great overall. Note that we will get Blaster Blade and Thing Saver through other means, you know, for exchange and all that, so you don't even need to grind to like 50 to get them before the end of the season, so that's really quite nice. Next, for the V coupon shop, we have the return of Pacifica and Nociel. These were rank rewards, so if you missed them, here's a chance. And for the skins, we have Naoki for Narukami, we have Kamui for Nova Grapplers, we have Kai for Royal Paladin and / Kagero, and we also have Misaki for Genesis. Do note that these got released separately, so Naoki and Kamui came out in the very beginning of the set, while we have Kai and Misaki in the second half of the set. They all cost 200 V-Mails, which is super expensive. And in addition to the skins, we also have the new Royal Paladin Secret Sentinel in the V-Mail shop as in the Sentinel Medal shop as well. So just needed to mention that. And of course, there's new story content and home screen skins, so don't miss out on that and relive the Legion Mate arc in Vanguard 0. So that is basically it. Next up, we have part 2, key cards to look out for. Again, we're not covering every single unit from the set, so please check out the Vanguard 0 database. It is based on investment value, and obviously I have my biases, so not necessarily the best cards, but things or units that I think are worth mentioning. For this set onwards, I'm going to pick 4 units per clan with a focus on 1 key legion and some support units. So some clans only have 4 units, so it's not really fair representation, so please keep that in mind. But I guess without further ado, the best clan out of this set, in my opinion, is going to be Royal Paladins. Your tier 1 deck to welcome us into Legion with Seekers. Plot armor extends beyond the anime. Seeker Thing Saver Dragon is amazing. At the end of the battle, it lets you re-ride Thing Saver Dragon, re-legion it, and it hits big numbers. Your Legion mate Blaster Blade Seeker, still doing the retire shenanigans. Caramelist 2 to retire one of your opponent's rear guards. Gringle Seeker, the grade 1 6k. When this unit boosts a Blaster Blade Seeker and it hits a Vanguard, you can put a card from your hand to the bottom of the deck, draw a card, and counter charge 1. So even though Counterblast might seem a bit hectic or heavy in this deck, Gringle helps you significantly. And of course we have Gildas, which is a grade 2 9k. When your unit Legion, Counterblast wants to call a secret from your deck, helps you multi-attack because your Thing Saver re-legions on battle. So that's really ridiculous. Of course, it helps you set up during your main phase as well, so that's pretty good. These are your main combo pieces, being able to retire, countercharge, and superior call to support your restanding Vanguard. It's ridiculous, right? You won't see many secret decks without these units anytime soon, so be sure to keep your eye out on these 4. Note that there are multiple avenues of obtaining Thing Saver and Blade Seeker, whether that is through ranked rewards or events, so it's actually not too hard to finish and would be a really great deck in your arsenal. Next up we have Genesis Regalia, and this is currently honestly quite surprising to me, but the support to the already strong Genesis core makes this quite a formidable deck. So we have Yggdrasil, Soul Blast 6, you get a crit, you have Sentinel restriction, Guard restriction, you can Soul Blast 3 to draw a card, you have units like Norn that just pumps up your Vanguard skill when it's Soul Blasted. You have Hemra and Shiny Angel, the grade 2 and the grade 1 to the right. That says when placed, you can put 3 Regalia from your drop zone into your soul. You know, even though Soul Blast 6 and Soul Blast 3 might seem expensive, you have these cards that just help you kind of get that cost back inside, you know? And it's pretty good. Soul Blasting helps you re-legion if you want, so that's great. These are all super flexible and solid units that do so much for Regalia, and refueling not just your Soul Blast cost, but also, of course, your skills associated to being in the soul, or when Soul Blasted, or legioning. So, great synergy with the new mechanic, great synergy with existing units. It's just really good. Very good support overall. Genesis will get support again in set 20, set 19, set 20. So, look forward to that if you are a Genesis player. It's just really cool, and a really good deck overall. Next up, we have Brawler's Narukami, akin to Vermilion. This deck focuses on simply mowing down all your opponents in one go and going for the kill. Big Bang Knuckle Dragon just attacks all your opponent's units in the front row. And if you miss that playstyle, then this is the unit for you. You have support like Big Bang Slash Dragon that says that when your Brawler Vanguard hits, it gets +3. Of course, your Vanguard hits multiple targets, so you not just get +3, but you scale up, you know, +9 if it's just front row. You have units that attack all units, so it could get +15 in the future, which lets you, you know, hit those numbers. Sky Howl Dragon lets you counterblast to retire front row, so it's good. Front row retire is good. And Plasma Claw Dragon is an on hit counter charge 1, soul charge 1, so it's great when you need that counterblast to kind of spam your skills and just obliterate your opponent. This deck excels at attacking with your Vanguard first, clearing the way for your rearguards to attack. So while this might be awkward since your Legion Vanguard usually has the highest attack, Brawlers scale up with units like Big Man Slash Dragon to mitigate that issue. And you add that with like Sky Howl and like your Plasma Claw to accelerate the aggression while maintaining your resources. The deck can deal some serious damage, and never underestimate them. Next, we have Nova Grappler's Critical Forces Risers, so they're finally back and no longer just critting around this time around. Mega Flare still does the crit thing, but it's quite lenient, I'd say. You have cards like Dual Flare that says when your Vanguard attacks, you can counterblast 1 and stand it, so it becomes a 14k attacker. You have Mashura Orizer, the grade 2 in the middle, that says that when this unit stand by your card effect, if your Vanguard is a Riser, stand 1 more rigor in the same column. And you have Tank Riser, that kind of gives that resist kind of situation, where if you have another Riser rearguard in the same column as this unit and that unit cannot be retired by your opponent's card effects. So, you know, you're avoiding those blaster skills, which is quite amazing. While Risers still have that crit pressure, they definitely have been evolving and are much more than just that now. They have restand, they have, you know, some good passives, and definitely be prepared for the Nova Grapple, and don't underestimate them again. Next, we have Great Nature. Legion support came early for them, and is it that great? Well, honestly, I'd say they're not bad at all. So we have Tester Fox, you know, they got the buff, they have that Counterblast 2 restand skill. You have Counter Charge, you have Draw, it's solid. You have Researcher Fox that says when retired, you get to do stuff. Guru Tiger is another great Legion, also has that restand skill. So both Legion bosses have that, which is really great. So it's quite consistent. And Guru Wolf says when this attack hits, if its power including boost is 20k or more, draw a card. So that one draw is quite value, and definitely can help. Hitting those numbers isn't hard, so yeah. Be sure to experiment with these units. You might find some explosive synergies, so I can't wait to see these in action. And lastly, last but not least, as usual, Angels is back with some Celestial support. Am I just super biased against Angels, or do they just always end up last on my list? Like, Angel players, show up, let me know what you think. Batterel is a decent Legion unit, I guess. You do Angel Feather stuff. It is a bit vanilla, I guess, but it does what it needs to do, I guess. It lets you set up. Asmodel, on hit, Caramas 1, put into your damage zone to call something else. Helps you enable multi-attacks. Malchidale, another Legion, helps you pump up your front row and dual stuff. So maybe you can play around with stands, or like it helps your multi-attacking units hit numbers and enables that commitment and play. And a heal, it helps you countercharge. Countercharge is always nice, so can't say no to that. Again, Angel Feather support, it looks really bland, but in the right hands, I think it could actually do some good. So again, I'm just speaking from results. Angel Feathers don't really see a lot of play, but more support never hurts, and I think that honestly, you can do some really good stuff with it. So yeah. And lastly, for part 3, let's talk about some tournament results. So this is Vanguard 0 Championship 2021 Spring Day 1. So I believe this is set 18. We have Royals at 30%. We have, what else? We have Narukami, Genesis. I think Nova Grapplers and all that, they did show up as well in the tournament. So I think overall, you can see that most of the clans are represented. Great Nature and Angel Feather, less so. They only have 4 cards, it's understandable. Royals, really up on top. And Silverthorn and Novels, Gold's Liberator, even though some of them did get nerfed, like Liberator for example, they're still doing really good, but Seeker definitely really popular. Later down the line, I think this is set 19, we're seeing the Vanguard 0 Championship 2021 final stage direct, and we have Seeker still on top, still 30% represented, but we have gradually, I think, Genesis, Narukami, Nova Grapplers, these have generally faded away, and instead we have some Shadows and Gold stuff showing up. Oracle Think Tank, Tsukiyomi comes back up on top actually. So it's not simply just that, new support is the best, it's just that sometimes the meta changes, and Tsukiyomi, some old decks are still good, so don't forget about them. You always have to be prepared. And lastly, here we have the Aichi birthday tournament. This is much more recent. We have Shadow Paladin coming up on top now. Royal Paladin fading slightly away at 23% now, but we actually still see some Genesis and Nova Grappler. So what do I want to show with these charts? Of course, this is just representation. This isn't like results, right? This isn't like which deck topped. But what I want to say is that you still see Royals, you see Genesis, Nova Grappler, Narukami. I think these decks are all really solid. I think these decks can all compete. In terms of popularity though, Royal Paladin is really popular, and we can see why, right? Not just that it's a main character, main character deck, Kai's using it, and it's Royal Paladin, but also because the Legion units, right? Like Thing Saber, Blaster Blade Seeker, these were ranked rewards. These were exchange rewards, event rewards, and I think that adds a lot to the representation of the clan in tournament play, as well as rank play overall. Is the deck still really good? I think a lot of the decks here, particularly Genesis, Royal Paladin, they're still pretty good up there, 2 months, 3 months down the line. Some of these others, they do fall behind a bit, but a lot of them do get support later on, like Brawlers for example, that I think will pump them up quite a bit. So yeah, overall I think this set is pretty good. You have Royal Paladin particularly that has quite long relevance in the meta, and this set is the only one with the 50 rolls for a triple rare guaranteed pack for the set. So I think it's quite value. It's quite a bit easier to complete a deck in this set, in this Legion set than the other Legion sets. But that's basically it. Again, while I try to reflect everything that went on JP, the global experience can be not one-to-one to the JP experience. We never know. Another thing to note is that I'm taking some liberties to omit some information or add some stuff. So for example, Leon's birthday is an educated guess, not confirmed. So yeah, again, I want to mention and focus, just remember that it's not 100% representation of the global set 18 experience, but it's close enough. You know, 80%, 90%, I'd say close enough. Good for reference, I'd say. So yeah, let me know down below which clan you're most hyped for this set. Do you like the third part? I think it's something new. I want your feedback. Want to fine tune these videos. Don't want to make them too long, but want to get my point across and be value to you, right? And like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already and want to see more, and I will see you all very soon.